Our food security and sovereignty is under threat. True or false? Perfect. You have chemical pesticides in our bodies right now. True or false? Some of us say we don't know. You're not sure. Okay, yeah, sure. I say true. Some people say false. Some people are not sure. Those of us that said not sure, please, FMC, Uyo, straight away. I'm going to achieve food security. We must all embrace chemical pesticides in our farm. Chemical pesticides in our farm. False, true, or not sure. Your guess is as good as mine on that. And I guess at the end of this program, question with now there are three factors in which the Sunrise presenter said she had chemicals in her system. How and touch food products that they've oversprayed these pesticides, and you have contact with them. My system, they just sprayed sniper. Sniper is smelling. Just sprayed sniper. Sniper is smelling here. You have inhaled pesticides. These you might think is just one-off thing, but you should, when you do these things constantly, and because these pesticides are chemicals, they stay in our system. If you spray 2,000 parts per million in this room, it's the same 2,000 parts per million that will come in not degrade. So these are the three ways in which pesticides can get into our body. There are also three ways in which, three factors actually, that determine the likelihood of pesticides-related biodiversity loss and health problems. Like the level of exposure, like I said, 10,000 parts per million constantly becomes 10,000 parts per million. The toxicity of that chemical, that you see that sniper killed cockroach, that sniper to some level can also kill you. I mean, you've heard some people have drank sniper and they died. It happens. Then the access to comprehensive information. We do not have access. I live, I said, what the hell? Where I come from, I'm from Delta. I have never seen because all we do, if they want to farm, what we do in the South, we have a hole, we weed. We weed. But in the North, it's no weed, it's herbicide. Proper herbicide. So when I came newly, it was strange to me to see herbicide in her presentation. She made mention of, next slide please, of the good old days where farming system used to be, the way our forefathers did it, embracing indigenous knowledge, embracing multicultural or multi-cropping system in their farming system. So it's also good that we in this room reflect on that kind of system we used to have vis-a-vis the kind of food system or the kind of cropping system we have currently. Next slide. Now, what kind of cropping system do we have here? Monoculture. We will just have one farm. Only maize. One farm. Only tomato. How many of us remember tomato Ebola? In 2016, tomato Ebola. They called it tomato Ebola. Tomato Ebola, that 2016, there was this fungi that came and wiped out tomato in the whole of Africa or Nigeria. Let's go for Nigeria. And the reason why that happened in one of our studies found out that is because of the genetic, we have very low genetic diversity in tomato. Actually, as a matter of fact, tomato has just 2 genetic diversity from our studies. But tomato has a very high hybridization breeding system. And what does that mean? If you plant 5 different tomatoes, tomato Jos, tomato Derica, tomato, which other one again? plant all of them in this room. In their next first